Despite their desperate attempts, I am still alive and well. And what, do you ask, brings me back to my little corner of the internet? Well, a particular rumor has caught my nose and it's demanded my immediate attention. A certain Overwatch 2 Season 9 crossover event. As a fan of their previous work with One Punch Man, I was super excited to hear about the possible Cowboy Bebop event coming very soon. But more importantly, what could this seemingly simple crossover event mean for the future of Overwatch 2? Well, buckle in, my dear viewer, because this just got, I hate to say it, real. The possible sad, but even more probable weird future of Overwatch 2. Don't forget to subscribe. 10 a.m. March 7th, 2023, Overwatch released what easily could have been one of its biggest events ever. A crossover event with a stinking, amazing anime, One Punch Man, where several characters in the game got skins and stuff that matched some characters in the anime quite well, like giving a Saitama skin to Doomfist, which just works so well and probably made every single Doomfist player and main out there, me included, jump up and tap our toes thrice in the air, screw it. On top of the obvious significance of the event, there was a question in the back of everybody's mind. What's next? Reasonably so, a crossover event involving a world or a game not made by Blizzard was big. We've all seen Diablo and all that stuff before, but an anime crossover event was big news for multiple reasons. Now that the door was open, just how far would Blizzard go? How far was too far? Well, multiple more seasons went by after One Punch Man crashed its way through, and we heard a rumor. Cowboy Bebop was up next on the list. Now, this is a little surprising. Cowboy Bebop is a late 2001 anime. Do not get me wrong, this one is an eternal classic, but it's older than a lot of what's being watched these days. One Punch Man is a late 2015 anime. It's a little newer and very hot right now because it's finally getting its third season. Woo! I think you can see my point. What were they thinking? To be completely honest, the One Punch Man thing works so well with this game because there are a few really big and very well done similarities between the two. Like, me and my brother literally have been joking about the One Punch Man Doomfist thing years before they actually did it. Like, that's how well it worked out. Cowboy Bebop, let's be real, no matter how exciting it is, does not have a lot of similarities with Overwatch 2. And do not bring up the McCree thing. He's a cowboy. There are literally dozens of ways they could have taken that. Arthur Morgan, John Marston. I could even see Trigun if you're gonna go anime. The Lone Ranger, the man with no name, Zoro. Man, what a good show. So, how does this work together? To me, it just kind of seems strange. Now, while it might not make the perfect sense to us now, that's not even our biggest problem. What's the next step? Where do we go from here? While it might sound simple, this could actually change the course of Blizzard as a whole for the rest of mankind. Hello?
Your presence is requested.
Oh my, look, is this for real?
Yes, Mahito, enter.
Wait, did you call me what did you call me?
Mahito?
You're not Mahito. Nope.
Well, this is awkward. Bye, I guess.
Wait, no, hold on. My middle name is Mahito, yeah.
Oh,
okay. I wasn't instructed on what to do here. I don't know, take me wherever you're gonna take Mahito.
so you're not Mahito.
Oh my god, did he just hang up on me? Just subscribe. Now, I'm not 100% sure it's clear just how big the One Punch Man crossover event was in the first place. Overwatch up until that point had been its own thing, with its own stuff, and maybe a few add-ins from other Blizzard games out there, but it was all its own thing, Overwatch. With the addition of this anime event, the massive door to so much opportunity was open. But on top of the door being big, it was different, wildly different. It was only a matter of time before we got another big, different event, and Cowboy Bebop is what was next. But Cowboy Bebop specifically will be putting Blizzard in an interesting situation. 3 situations, in fact, all of which will tarnish the game in some way. If you thought of Elden Ring when I said that, I already like you. First up, they dive in. Blizzard opens up and uses all the potential opportunity that was made possible by the One Punch Man crossover by going all in. We're talking Iron Man skins, Batman sprays, Optimus Prime emotes, anything and everything. And everything and anything. Compare this to Fortnite. Epic Games struck gold by making some good deals in crossover events, and in the end, we get what we've got today. Consistently one of the biggest games across the planet and showing no signs of slowing. Sorry, Willie. Blizzard, if they pull it off, will make millions going down this route, whether they start off hard, like, with Marvel or DC, or slowly, over time, making their way up. This might be exciting for some people, but it also could be hurting to others. Overwatch would slowly but absolutely surely lose its sense of self and uniqueness. It would cease to be Overwatch. The second path they could take would be to keep going at, generally the same pace and quality they're at right now. Though One Punch Man and Cowboy Bebop are popular, they are and were nowhere near as popular as Jujutsu Kaisen is right now. They could try to keep the crossover events coming, but also try not to lose Overwatch's sense of self by not going too overboard, if you hear what I'm saying. Sticking with the known and exciting anime, maybe even going a little more events, but, ultimately saving and somewhat, to an extent, preserving the world and uniqueness of OW. This might actually work best, in my mind at least. They still make the exciting events, but they also keep it grounded in the world of Overwatch. It might not be as exciting as the first option, but it has integrity. The final option, though, is a little strange. Bear with me here. They completely drop these events. Cowboy Bebop ends, and they never touch crossover events that aren't somehow already connected or related to Blizzard. It's an awkward one because people will remember when Blizzard did these crazy anime things, but aren't doing it anymore. I mean, it will completely seal the world of uniqueness of Overwatch 2 aside, besides what they've already done to it, and what they could do to it. But the problem is, this might not be as popular as the other two options. At least with the second one, we had a decent mix of integrity, but we also had the daring, exploration, excitement that came with mixing different worlds out there. Cowboy Bebop, One Punch Man, with Overwatch. This last one is kind of a letdown. They tease these crossover events, even go so far as to give us a taste, and then rip it away from us. But it preserves the world and feeling of Overwatch, so there is that. Now, the interesting part is that Blizzard basically has no choice. They have to pick one of these. They might be a little different, like, for the first option where they go all in, Blizzard doesn't necessarily have to immediately put everything they have into making deals with DC and Marvel first thing. They could take their time with it, but generally speaking, these are the only paths they have. And this is why I say only certain doom awaits the future of Overwatch 2, or OW2. They could either throw away the world they've created by introducing dozens of already established and created worlds, thus oversaturating the game and losing their own spirit and identity. Let's face it, no matter how popular Fortnite is, it's far from original. A lot of the skins, most popular events, cosmetics, etc. are all from other worlds and universes, including the idea of Battle Royale itself that was made by Couch Takami, not Epic Games. I mean, they did do the whole Battle Bus thing, so, there is that. I mean, my point is that Fortnite sold its soul to get the popularity it has now. To be honest, completely honest, Overwatch has way more soul than Fortnite, but you get the point. Blizzard could go down the path of kinda keeping up with crossover events, none of them being super big or huge, but still somewhat interesting. You get the excitement, you also keep the world of Overwatch in peace. Only problem is that, over time these events will add up. If Blizzard isn't doing enough to put more into the world and lore of Overwatch itself, then over time, even at a slower and less exaggerated pace, we would lose sight of what, Overwatch is. Its true self, its uniqueness, and its world. But then there's always the option to just, forget about all of this. Sweep it under the rug and keep going as if nothing ever happened. They stop doing crossover events and just keep making their own thing. This will, I feel, be kind of a letdown to most people. Even if those same people would complain if Blizzard went too far, they still would have gotten fun and excitement out of crossovers. So, thus, that is the pit Overwatch has dug itself into, or Blizzard has, whatever. Now, I feel the best course of action is actually kind of like a mix of number 1 and 2, a mix of going all in and also staying reserved and not going too crazy. It's there, it's possible, we'll see if Blizzard makes it. If not, we'll just have to say goodbye to Overwatch 2 or Overwatch for the second time. Well, what do you think? An interesting situation indeed. Is there a way out? Yup. Is any one of those options necessarily bad? Not really. There are decisions that would affect the majority of the player base in a negative way, but hey. Long time no see. It feels good to be back. I'm trying to get back and, making these videos a regular thing again, but I'm not worried about it. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and remember, life is short. Play great games. Yeah, I'm busy too. I'm busy too, yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Bethesda has had a long run of amazing